The Man from Block D. I remember the exact moment I realized something was wrong with Jeremy Klein. Not just the kind of wrong you chalk up to a lonely man with strange habits. Now this was a wrong that prickled under the skin, like the whisper of static before a lightning strike. Jeremy wasn't exactly a friend. He was the kind of guy you nod to in the corridor, maybe share an elevator ride with once in a while without ever exchanging more than a few syllables. We lived in the same district. Grange, Block C for me, Block D for him. I'd seen him on the steps outside our local market, always wearing the same gray parka, even in summer, hood up, head low, hands hidden in those wide, shapeless pockets. No one really knew what he did for work. He never had visitors, no family, no pets, no loud music. Just Jeremy. Watching. It started with a smell. Not the kind of smell that made you crinkle your nose and walk faster. This was a smell that clung to the air, heavy and metallic. I first caught it walking past Block D's trash chute. I figured it was a dead rat or maybe spoiled meat left too long outside. Common enough in our neighborhood. But it got worse, stronger. And it wasn't just me. "You smell that," old Mr. Kalinsky muttered one afternoon, dragging his trash can toward the alley. "Yeah," I said, "I think it's coming from D." Kalinsky nodded, but there was something in his eyes. Hesitation, maybe even fear. "You stay out of that building. They don't fix nothing in there. Let it rot." Let it rot? I didn't listen. One night I couldn't sleep. That smell had found its way into my apartment, leaking in through the vent. It was thicker than usual, like something curdled in the air. I couldn't take it. Around 2:30 a.m., I grabbed a flashlight, threw on a hoodie, and crossed the lot into Block D. The front door was unlocked, as usual. No cameras, no security. Inside, it was colder. The air was heavy, like being underwater. My footsteps didn't echo, they vanished. The wallpaper peeled like it had been clawed from underneath. The hallway lights were out, so I used my flashlight. I was going to leave, I swear, but I heard something, a rhythmic scratching. Not nails on wood, deeper, wetter, like something carving through meat. It came from the basement. The stairs creaked as I went down, each step slower than the last. Dug a smell, the rot stronger now. And then, light. Someone had set up candles, dozens, all around the basement walls. In the center of the room, there was Jeremy. He stood with his back to me, shirtless. His back was covered in symbols, not tattoos. They looked carved, fresh. Some were bleeding. In front of him was a circle of salt, broken in places. Inside it, it's something moved. I blinked. It was gone. I stepped on a loose tile. Jeremy turned. His eyes were wrong. Not just black, glassy, reflective like water. His skin shimmered in the flickering light. Too thin in places. I could see veins pulsing. "You shouldn't be here," he said. I ran. From that night on, everything changed. I started dreaming of water. Black, still water, and beneath it, eyes. So many eyes blinking in unison, calling me down. I tried ignoring it. I told myself it was just stress. That Jeremy was maybe some junkie with illusions playing at witchcraft in an abandoned basement. But then the power went out in my building. Just black sea, no explanation. For 3 nights, my apartment was ice cold. The food in my fridge spoiled in hours. The fourth night, I woke up to humming. Not from inside my apartment, from inside the walls. It was low, vibrating, and familiar. It was the same sound I'd heard in the basement. I put my ear to the wall and listened. It said open. I started keeping notes. The symbols I remember from Jeremy's talk, the sounds, even like dreams. I had to find meaning. Some of them looked like runes. Others looked like deconstructed letters from dead languages. I found matches in obscure forums, nothing mainstream. Most posts deleted within hours. Some users disappeared mid-thread. One thread mentioned the depth below Grange. A local myth, supposedly, about a gate under the city that opened every few decades, letting things through. Jeremy wasn't opening it. He was feeding it. I made another mistake. I followed him. He left his building around 3:13 a.m. every few nights wearing that same gray coat, always carrying a black satchel. I followed him from a distance. He went into the abandoned wire treatment plant near that old canal off limits in the 90s. I watched from the shadows as he disappeared inside. Then the screaming started. Not loud, but real, human, muffled by concrete. I got closer. I saw the circle again, carved into the floor. People chained to the walls, thin, pale. Their eyes black, just like Jeremy's. Some hummed, some wept, one stepped straight at me in mouth. Run! I stumbled back and stepped on the bone. He turned. I don't remember how I got home, but I woke up with the mud on my hands and blood under my nails. My shoes were gone. The satchel was in my bathtub. Inside, hair, teeth, a cassette. The tape hissed with chanting, a voice beneath it whispering my name. I moved out the next day. Far from Grange, far from Jeremy, or so I thought. But it's been 2 years, and I just got a letter. Yellowed. No return address. Inside, a single sentence. You're next.